This is a question that comes up often in our training, and it's something we want to make sure that we hit upon some different things so you know exactly when to move on to expand your product business. Let's go ahead and get into some of that right now. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about when it is time to move forward with starting to add new products, either to your own brand or to just add another product in a different brand or a different niche. What we suggest is once top 3 results are achieved, and or at least $10,000 in monthly sales, then you want to look to add more products. Now, of course, this is just kind of a general overview of trying to achieve that level, but this is what we kind of recommend, because if you're actually selecting and choosing the product based on everything that we've taught you and then follow the marketing the way we teach you as well, you should be able to get any of those products that you find based on all the criteria that we teach you to $10,000 in monthly sales, or to at least achieve the top 3 results. Now, for some reason the success is not seen, the things that you want to ask yourself is, have you implemented all the steps? Has it all been completed? Everything that we've taught you, have you gone through the marketing steps? All the different techniques that we've taught you to do, have you gone through and set that up? Have you done your Amazon sponsored ads? Have you been using the ASM tools? You know, all these different things you can ask yourself, because if you're taking action with the ASM course, every time we see people that are taking action, they're going to achieve success one way or another. So make sure that if you're not seeing success, that you go back and you might want to rewatch some of the training, making sure that you're implementing everything and also implementing it correctly. And also make sure you don't give up prematurely. Try changing the price, change the title, the main image, as we talked about in previous lessons, making sure you're testing, doing different things. Just because you're not seeing success, there's a lot of different things you can do. So before you give up, you put all this time and effort into this product and this brand, and do the best you can to try to work on that product to make it working first. And also, if you're unhappy with your product or brand selection, let the inventory sell out in Amazon, and then contact Amazon, and you can disable that UPC code, and you can move on then to a different product. So, even if you might even actually be doing okay with a particular product, but if you're not happy with it and you just don't want to do that product anymore, move on to the next one. There are time to cut your losses and let the items sell out and just move on to your next one. Also, you want to make sure you think about expanding your own brand selection first. So if you are actually doing well with your product and you actually enjoy that brand, think about expanding that to another like product first. There's a lot of reasons to do this, but there are, one of the reasons is that your customers, they're already starting to identify with your brand, and you're going to be able to sell back to those same customers again if you have a product that's similar within the same brand. So that's something you want to look to. Plus, also, if you are going to trademark your brand, you can move forward with a bunch of products underneath that umbrella, if you will. Just do comparable products that you can add to that brand selection. Of course, it's always easier to market to established customers, and that's why we've taught you before in previous lessons to build that email list of your customers so you can actually market to those established customers that you already have. It's much easier to sell to a customer that has already bought from you. And also, when you're expanding your brand, it creates cross-selling opportunities. So like I said, if you're doing products that are similar within that same brand, you can actually then start marketing them together, and those people that are interested in one product, they could be possibly interested in the other one, and you can do cross-selling opportunities and different coupon campaigns and so on. Now, if you already expanded on your brand and maybe you already put a bunch of products in there, or maybe you're just looking to expand outside your niche into a different brand that you're currently in, you can expand that reach to other markets outside your brand that you have been marketing. So this could be another opportunity to expand into, say, if you're in kitchen, you want to expand to baby or sports. There's so many different categories. There might be other things that you are interested in, and you might find other opportunities. When you've gone through and put that spreadsheet together way back in Module 1, where you had all those opportunities that you came up with, you probably had some things that were outside of the brand that you selected. So this could be your opportunity to expand outside the brand that you originally came up with. So a negative of doing this would be it would take longer to set up, because you have to go ahead and do everything that you had originally done to set up your brand. You're starting from square one with a brand new brand as well. And of course, all of the logistics that come along with having to set up that brand and whatnot. And if you've already trademarked one brand, you would go through the same steps of trademarking and Amazon brand registry and setting up those branded websites and Facebook fan pages and all that. You'd have to do all that again from scratch with a new brand. Now, the positive of that is, of course, it allows you to diversify across multiple markets. And diversification is always a good thing. Think about it from an investor standpoint. Now, if you're in the stock market, you don't want to put all your eggs into one stock. Or for that matter, you don't want to just put all your eggs into the stock market. You want to diversify to real estate or maybe precious metals. It's kind of like that with business as well. You want to expand, you can go into different markets, and now you have further reach outside into other markets. And if something were to happen to one market, you would have multiple markets, so you're diversifying your business as well. So I hope that gives you a better idea about scaling your business and when to add more products. Again, there's just some general ideas there, but hopefully that gives you an idea of when it is time for you to move on to expand your business, and then the different positives and negatives about expanding your brand selection or possibly moving into other markets or eventually doing all the above. So that's it for this lesson. Let's move on to the next one.